Let's catch up now with Susie O'Brien from the Herald Sun and Radio 2CC breakfast host Stephen Senatiempo. He joins us from Canberra. Susie is in Melbourne. Great to talk to you both again. Loved your city on the weekend, Susie, even if the game wasn't a cracker. Gee, what an event and what a weekend we had in Melbourne. Now, I've got to talk to you about the ACCC and supermarkets. We all know that they're taking this legal action about, the tricky discounting by Coles and Woolies allegedly. And I'm all for, making sure we keep an eye on Coles and Woolies and make sure they don't rip us off. But Susie, with the federal government giving them more money to do more of this, aren't they just trying to shift the buck for the cost of living crisis to the supermarkets, make them the bad guys so that nobody pays attention to what Labor have done with electricity prices and interest rates and all the rest of it?
Well, when it comes to these price gouging by the supermarkets, I think both governments, the existing government and the previous one, have been caught asleep at the wheel. Even now, they're saying they're going to give the ACCC more money. Well, that's probably welcome. But, what's Albo going to do? We're paying $6 for Tim Tams and being told that this is a discount, and he's holding hearings later this year. They're talking about, taking them to planning tribunals. That's just a bit of a slap over the wrist. I still don't understand why we can't be talking much more strongly about divestiture power, about breaking up this duopoly, actually at the core of the problem. In the middle of a cost of living crisis, we shouldn't be paying $6 for Tim Tams, and more needs to be done to fix that.
Yeah, I think the big stick is warranted. There's no doubt about that. But, Stephen, they're looking to distract, aren't they? I mean, the ACCC should be doing this. We all know we shouldn't be screwed over by any big retailers, but the federal government's just looking for a fall guy here.
Well, that's right. They're looking for a scapegoat, but we need to be fair income here. I mean, when we talk price gouging, the supermarkets aren't gouging the consumer. I mean, they've got an overall profit margin of about 3%. When you say the price of Tim Tams is $6, it's because the price of cocoa's gone through the roof. I mean, the cost of producing a Tim Tam is a lot more than it was a year ago. But what the government's trying to do here is pretend that it's being tough by taking on the big bullies, the two supermarkets, rather than actually addressing the underlying cost of living crisis, which is inflation driven by government spending. But if you want to come down on the supermarkets, you've got to look at their predatory pricing and their practices when it comes to their suppliers. And if they do that, it means the price is going to go up for the consumer, not down. So let's be fair income about this.
No, I think you're right, and their profit margins are not huge. And the best way you could lower supermarket prices is to reduce electricity prices, like the government said they would, instead of forcing them up. And I had a bit to say about nuclear energy at the start of the show. That's going to be a big issue as well.